before this episode starts, I just wanted to give a quick thank you to everybody who was patient and understanding about last week's episode. John's power went out. There was a lot of stuff going on overall, but we're back. 7 a.m. on a Thursday. I know. I finally was able to move. As you can tell, this office, I have my own space now, not in the living room. So video quality will be going up. This episode, the microphone quality was a little weird because I hadn't adjusted it to the new room settings yet. Made that mistake, so please be patient with me as I'm getting everything set up. And we wanted to give a huge thank you. We prefaced this in the episode, but an even bigger thank you to everybody who came up to us at Knoxville, knew about the podcast, listened to us, and supported us, and got one of those cool V-Star markers for everyone. I guess I don't have one on me. I was going to show it to you. But for everyone who would like to see us, do more of that kind of stuff, either give away V-Star markers, make some sort of playmat that you guys can purchase, let me know so that way I can get ahead of the curve and get that started, because I would really like to make playmats and maybe some t-shirts so you guys could pick up those t-shirts, maybe a playmat, so support us and, help us continue to grow and be a bigger part of this community. But yeah, we really do love you guys and appreciate you guys so much. So without further ado, enjoy the episode. Hello and welcome back to the Lost Zone,
bitches.
Welcome back to the Lost Zone podcast. It is Joe Turrentine here today with John Wangard.
I did not expect you to keep going. I'm not gonna lie.
I can stop it.
No.
Okay. You guys get blooper takes, I guess. So it has been a minute, and I apologize. For the lack of upload last week. There was a lot going on with scheduling, and then the week prior, John, had a child be born. It was
okay. It's not my kid. Let's just make it.
there's just a lot going on, and not able to get to a point where both of our schedules align. So I appreciate everyone who reached out, messaged us about it. We really appreciate you, but we are back. There is quite a bit to talk about. By quite a bit, I mean not very much, but
yeah,
we're gonna talk about what we can talk about with the lack of what's going on.
We're struggling.
Yeah, we are. We have Knoxville to catch up on for John.
Oh yeah.
We have Vancouver and Natal regionals just passing. So there's a little bit to talk about, and then
That's pretty much about it.
That's pretty
There's
much
a little bit of drama too.
A little bit of drama
with Calvin Connor.
Yeah, and then
the sleeve situation.
The sleeve situation, as well as the whole prize checking thing. We were supposed to talk about that last week, but
Joe canceled on me.
No, motherfucker. We both canceled on each other. But yeah, we can go ahead and get into Knoxville with John. We talked a little bit about Knoxville with Nick last week or the week before, but we didn't get to hear John's run when it came to playing the no fun deck.
Okay, you played Goodra at a regional too, so
I played Goodra at 2 regionals, so fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so Nick's run was a bit more impressive than mine, unfortunately. I finished 70th. Yeah. Came in day 2 at 6-2-1. It's 6 mirrors throughout the tournament, so that was fun. I played Vigavolt, Path Vigavolt. Hit Bakari on Regis, who played it beautifully. Going into the tournament, I thought that matchup was favored. It is not. After playing 2 Regis, it is not favorable in the slightest.
They're just Reggie Rock.
They just e-sonar for research and churn through their deck and shit, and like they can just wall. It's not good. 6 mirrors was not fun either. I went 50-50 on the mirror. I think that's about it. I hit a lot of every Lugia I played, I beat. Yeah, I didn't hit as many as I wanted though. I hit 1 lost box.
I thought you lost to a Lugia day 1.
No, I lost to a mirror and Bakari.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that's pretty much my run. Day 2 started off 0-2, 2 mirrors.
I was watching you fall into your inevitable doom.
Oh well, look who didn't make day 2, Joe. So
Listen
yeah.
here, bud.
Look, okay, my ID. I wouldn't have made day two if I played out my last round. But my opponent, as soon as we sat down, he said, "Look, I'm playing Reggie's. If it's a bad matchup for you, sign the slip." And so I took that bitch frame one and signed. And bro, the best autograph I've ever given in my
Yeah.
life. Um,
Smile and wave, boys.
yeah.
Um,
As soon, it was great. It was great.
was there anything noticeable, anything fun happened over the weekend in Knoxville? Just in general, doesn't necessarily have to be Pokemon related.
Uh, no, the town sucks. Never go back to Knoxville. It's extremely hilly, and I hate that. There's way too many hillbillies. Um,
Yeah. So overall weekend trash.
okay, I'm gonna be 100%. I thought like the Tennessee accent was like fake.
Yeah, it's
I
not.
didn't I didn't think it was a real thing, and then everyone there talks the same.
Yep.
Besides that, I ran out of V-Star markers, so that was pretty cool.
Oh, we apologize about that technical difficulty. Zoom is stupid. But we were talking about V star markers. We wanted to say
Yeah, yeah.
thank you because we made a metric fuck ton of V star markers, and
Yeah.
not a single one of them came home with us. So to everybody that came up to me and John and said lettuce or anything along those lines to get a V star marker, we appreciate every level of support from the bottom of our hearts, and we will continue to do cool stuff like this in the future. Just stick with us. We are still learning and growing.
Did anyone actually say lettuce to you?
Yes, a bunch of people.
Oh, okay. I only got one lettuce. Everyone else was just like, it's the Lost Zone guy.
It's the Lost Zone guy. It's the Lost Zone
Uh,
guy. Um, but we can move on to talking about Vancouver as well as Natal.
oh, so exciting. Yeah.
Oh, it's so exciting.
Oh my
Guess
God.
what
So
won,
if you
John?
didn't guess already, Lugia won both.
Dude, no way.
I know. Yeah,
Dude.
I think both were like basically the same actually.
Yeah, it's
Six Lugia top eight, one Gudra, and then Natal had a Lost Box, and Toronto, or not Toronto, Vancouver had a Duraludon.
that's the boy.
Whoopee.
Gudra getting second. That's important to LeBron
Oh,
James's legacy.
it got lucky. It got
And,
lucky.
and the deck is cracked. It's
Any deck can get lucky once.
okay, bud. But yeah, it's. I'm so tired of Lugia.
I'm not.
What do you mean? It's like
I
okay.
I,
I think the deck is fine. I don't think it's overpowered. I'm just tired of seeing.
I like playing Lugia, and I like playing against Lugia.
I hate.
If I could play the mirror all day, I would.
You're nuts, bud.
No, like Indianapolis. Oh, bro, get ready for Fort Wayne.
You're
Yeah,
not playing Lugia.
Fort Wayne.
Yeah,
You want to bet?
you gonna play Lugia Greedent?
I mean, I did get top eight.
Is that Corey that? Top
I don't know who it was. I don't really look at Lugia players.
yeah. It was Corey. He ran Ditto V and a
Oh yeah.
and a 1/1 Greedent line.
Did he play Stoutland too or no?
No Stalin.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even know what is Greedent V Max do.
Green, it's Stoutland but better.
For any of you guys that want to see what Greedent does, I'm gonna put it over John's face because it's kind of fitting.
Turn a profit. I think it's 2 for 40, and like take two extra prizes if you took a knockout.
That's so much better.
I mean,
What?
yeah, it's a VMAX.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty good. Dude, I love Max. Gimme.
Yeah, but it's only for 40. I think is it for 40?
It's for 30. It's for 30.
30. That's even worse. Okay.
I mean,
It's
when
still
you're
too
taking-
powerful. It's still too powerful as a knockout at Comfy.
and to take 3 prizes.
Yeah.
That's nuts. 3 prizes on a coffee. I don't think Lost Box is coming back from that.
I mean, there's a reason it didn't win, bro.
I mean,
Oh, it hit the mirror. Fair enough.
but I think Greedent is super cool. I think it's nuts, bud.
Okay. I mean, it worked once.
Obviously, it worked more than once.
It worked for one regional, bro.
We'll see. We'll see
We'll be
if
back
Joe
to
Turn.
vanilla shit. We'll be back to vanilla shit.
We'll see if Joe Turrentine plays Max. Gimme to.
I guarantee you're not touching Lugia.
Fair. Yeah, the deck sucks.
It does. It literally does.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's never even won an event.
That was the first tweet I made when Silver Tempest came out. Was Lugia will not win a regional this season, and then everyone.
Every
Found on me
event
for
that
it.
passes, you get farther and farther.
Well, no, that was 2 days before Tord won LAIC.
Yeah, but every event that passes, that tweet gets more and more.
It was
ironic.
not LAIC was not a regional, man. LAIC was not a regional.
Fair. Was that in the last year? So technically, you were not wrong.
I
It
wasn't
was
wrong. No, LAFC was like November.
yeah. So technically, there was no
I,
regional
I
by
there's
Lugia.
been you want Andrew Hedrick, bro?
No, I'm
What do you
saying
mean?
no in
Oh, in
2020.
that year,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Which that's what you said. You said this year Lugia will not win a regional. So
I guess I'm
technically,
not. Yeah.
technically, you were wrong.
All right.
Um,
So, yeah. Fuck you, Vinny. Yeah. Vinny was the main one that was shitting at me for it.
um, but Ian Robb taking down Vancouver
Good shit,
and
Ian.
William, last name that looks like avocado, Azivado. Congratulations to both of you guys. You
This
guys
is
are
This
great.
Ian's fifth regional, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let's put
He's
Ian.
tied with Azul now. Yeah.
That's nuts.
I
Ian's
think
on. He's
Ian has one more regionals and he's top aided.
Ian
Like if
also is way younger than Azul.
yeah, but like Ian's statistic is if he doesn't make top 16, he wins the event. I think it is. Like he's either going to get top 16 or just win. He does not lose in top 8.
He did in
So
Salt Lake City and Melbourne, and
once. Yeah, but like statistically he is going to win the regional.
yeah, yeah. That's absolutely insane.
So good for
The
Ian.
amount of tops that Ian Robb has on his Limitless page is
It's ridiculous, dude.
it's crazy.
It's
And
so
there's so
stupid.
many different colors. Like like dude's nuts. But yeah, Ian taking down his fifth regional with one of the funniest player interviews I've seen in a while.
I didn't see it. I didn't see
Dude,
it.
he was like, he shouted out the fact that he threw the Duraldon into the river, and
Oh.
yeah, it was pretty funny. Um, but yeah, not much to talk about. Gudra got second at Vancouver. Zach Lesage getting third at
Ralladon with Vancouver. Yeah.
yeah the old Canadian fellow.
Yeah. The
Um,
hometown boost.
but I liked how his list did. Actually, I don't know how I liked it.
I like
His
it. I like the collapsed.
Yeah, I was saying his list didn't run any Lost City at all.
No.
Is
So this was an argument that I had with someone at Moistar the other day of Collapse versus Lost City as a Regitech. They're basically doing the same thing. Collapse just makes them work harder. Because they have to find the bump, which they don't have to find the bump as the Regi player if Lost City is in play. It's just an inconvenience. And then they have to find dual replacement Regis because you discard one off the collapse, and then you have to find the one that's knocked out and active as well.
Yeah.
So you have to find more off of collapse. You make them work harder for each collapse that you play.
It also
Um,
makes it to where you can kill the attacker, right? So, like for example, with Lost City, your target was to kill whatever wasn't the attacker, like via like rock, steel, ice, or whatever with Lost City out. So a lot of the times you had to boss to take that knockout, but with Collapse, you can play Collapse and still kill whatever is attacking into you, and kill the Gigas as well.
well, the goal is just like Marnie collapsed.
Yeah,
If you're running collapse, that's always the goal.
yeah.
So
He ran
yeah, you're
three Marnie,
is it 3 Marnie, 4 Colress?
four boss, four Colress, three
Yeah,
Marnie.
yeah. So yeah, that you just go Marnie collapse and then just pray.
He
It's
also
kind of
ran
it.
four gear,
Yeah,
which is cool.
I mean that's kind of standard. Yeah,
Yeah, I like this list a lot.
it's cool. I
Um,
think I don't know how he beat so many Lugias. I'm gonna be 100%, but good for him. He did.
isn't Lugia just a good matchup?
Not
Because
typically.
the thing is Lugia has to, they take the first knockout with Evital, right?
They take the first knockout on an Arceus with Lugia.
Lugia, and then they kill an Evital. They kill a
A
Duraludon with
Duraludon with
Evital.
Yveltal. And by that
And
time, they should not have a second Duraludon set up. Assuming everything goes according to plan, Lugia will win faster than Duraludon can set up.
but if they do have a second Duraludon set up, then you just lose.
I mean, yeah, because they can just kill the Yveltal, obviously.
Yeah,
But like in theory, because he doesn't play Raihan, I
he does
assume.
play Ryan.
Does he play Raihan?
Yeah.
Is that enough turns? Turn 1 attach DTE. Turn 2 attach Metal, Trinity Nova. Turn 3. Okay, I guess that's in theory enough turns if you hit a Raihan.
If you hit Ryan, yeah.
Yeah. All right, good for you, Lesage. You got it.
Yep, yeah, you got it.
You got me.
Bud.
You got me.
You got it,
me.
bud. You got it,
You
bud.
got me. Good shit. Yeah.
But we had Gudra in second. I just want to take a quick look at his list. I haven't had time to.
It's Gudra, all right.
It's there,
It's
there's nothing
easy.
cool in here. Um, he ran one belt, one parasol, which was actually really funny because that's what me and John were talking about before Orlando. But we decided that it's probably one or the other.
Oh yeah,
Not
we went belts. Yeah,
yeah, we
yeah.
went belt
You went
because
belts. I didn't go.
you didn't go, but it was one of those things that was like one if you run one of the other one, it felt like you didn't see it too much, like as much as you wanted it to. Like
Well,
it,
obviously, yeah.
yeah. So like I'm assuming that this version of the list just Raihans for the big parasol, but like
I
I
mean, the
feel
other Hunter, you just find it
yeah
raw off like Colruses and Comfees and shit.
yeah I don't know how I feel about 1-1, but I mean obviously it worked for him.
It worked out. He hit the
Yeah
parasol a lot. Like every time versus Ian, he hit it when he needed it.
yeah,
Um,
we still
It was just,
lost, but
I mean, well, Ian's playing rope, so it's
yeah.
kind of a big problem.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like an unwinnable matchup. It's
yeah,
already rough without rope, but with rope and the high boss
yeah.
count, they already.
I would not play Gudra right
Yeah.
now.
No, thank you, bud. Um,
No.
but I don't know. We can switch over to Natal. Natal
All right,
was
so you know what we just talked about with Vancouver?
yeah. So
Do it
six
again.
Lugias.
Okay, what was the Lost Box variant though? I genuinely didn't see what it was.
It doesn't have a list. I can try to hold on.
They're not on Limitless yet.
Yeah, I can attempt to
Well, that's what
go.
PokeStats Live is for.
Oh yeah.
I know, right? I'm so good.
Shout out
Hey, guess what?
Cash.
Pokestops Live does not have it either. It's just
Shout.
comfy. It's just comfy.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if the old Twitter doohickey can get us there. So it's
Felipe. This
Felipe.
is how you know we didn't plan ahead.
No. No shot, bud.
No
Um,
Twitter?
I don't think the guy has Twitter.
All right, well, some Lost Box deck made top 8. Uh, and lost immediately. It's not Lost Box Ray because they have the
Look
Rays.
at the way that they had the stream set up for the.
Oh, I saw it, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the way that other places have stream set up is so much worse. Not worse, but like less money is put into the stream. It's just cool
Yeah.
to see the difference. But yeah, I think I don't. I wish the list was up so we could talk about it, but
It's not Ray, so I assume it's just like
I assume it's like the like
Sableye,
this
Cramorant.
maybe like the sky. Is it just a
It might just be Azul's thing,
there's this
honestly.
there's a
OCIC.
yeah there's I mean there's a Sableye. What did they put for Azul's?
For Azul's OCIC thing, I have no idea. I didn't check.
Let me check. Player Azul Garcia Diego. Yeah, they just put a coffee in a Sableye.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume it's Azul's 60 or
Yeah,
close to.
yeah. A lot of people play
Uh,
that.
in which case they hit a Lugia in top 8, so I guess they just bricked or something.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
have to imagine.
yeah, I mean, or they just didn't get Manaphy and they got Raikou.
That's just yeah.
Yeah,
Every God, I just realized the top 4 was all Lugia. Yeah, that's fun.
yeah. That's
Uh,
rough. Diego Casaraga, our
oh,
boy.
it was good to see him back in the spotlight. I will say
Yeah,
that.
for sure. Diego is the boy.
It was sick to see Diego back.
I will say though, that second place Lugia list looks a lot more consistent than first place Lugia list.
Also William, the guy who won, went undefeated, 12-0-5.
That's
So
nuts. So
another one to add to the book. Yeah.
so that means that he went 6-0. I mean 504,
603 or
504,
504.
504 into day 2.
And then tied twice again.
or tied once and then won everything else.
No, because that would be 4 ties. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's nuts. That's crazy.
I forgot. I don't know how many rounds day 1 was or day 2 was. I think it was 14. It was 14 rounds. Yeah.
Yeah, because there was only 200 players.
Day 1 he tied twice. Day 2 he tied 3 times in a row. Wait, rounds 12, 13, and 14 he just tied all of them.
So day 1 he went 702.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He runs 2 Irida, but nothing to search with the Irida, like nothing
I mean,
cool.
not Ian ran two Irida. Someone else ran two Irida too. I forgot who it was.
Like it just to me, I feel like you want to run the rope or like the other options.
I
Uh,
like the rope a lot. I think that's probably just going to be a stable from now on.
I think rope is just
Uh,
good.
Better than the bird keeper, I guess.
Yeah,
I like it.
I think it is better than Birdkeeper.
I like it. But that's pretty much it for the regionals. It was pretty boring. Not gonna. It was pretty much same old, same old.
Yeah.
And yeah, same thing coming up for Charlotte and
I
Indy.
will say that I absolutely loved watching that Reggie player scoop up his Reggie Gigas and put down a Drapion.
Oh, that was sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
that,
So to force the tie, so that way he won the set.
that list was amazing.
That list was crazy. It ran Battle VIP Pass, Rotom Phone,
Cramomatics.
Cramomatics. Like that man must have high rolled to a new infinity.
Day one, he like went undefeated, and then day two, he just bombed.
Did he go
So
9-0
yeah.
day one or did he tie?
No, he went like 702.
Hmm. Yeah.
And then he just bombed. I think he ended up like 49th or something.
Yeah. I will say that this event did have a little bit more um Vancouver did have a little bit more variety. It was still Lugia, but like with Greedent and Gudra and a little bit more, but we still had 6 Lugias in top 8, so it, we're
Yeah.
we're
I
just
mean,
Reggie
seeing
Gigas
stuff on,
girls living in a Lugia world.
there was different stuff on stream though. Like I always love seeing Mahone and Innovate Mew in different ways on stream.
Yeah,
Um,
he played Flying Pika, right?
Flying Pika. Also, yeah, Mahone killing it this season.
He got his
It's just-
invite this year.
he got his invite finally. He's gotten top
he
64 once, top 16 twice, and everything else is a top 32.
yeah, he got his invite with no international finishes.
He has yet to whiff points or whiff day two in an event.
That's
This
nuts.
season. Yeah, Mahone has been killing it lately, especially after last season's like big fumble
Yeah.
of whiffing day two at literally everything. Uh, man's killing it. The
Yeah,
old
for
head
sure.
can compete, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't teach a dog new tricks, but they sure
The
as hell can use the old ones.
old man is keeping up. We love to see it.
But overall, I think going into Charlotte, if you're not playing Escape Rope in your Lugia deck, you should
If
be.
you're not playing Lugia, what are you doing?
Yeah, if you're not playing Lugia or Lugia at this point, it's
Although, I mean, Azul's group finally
Azul
like
even
gave
played
in.
Lugia in
Azul, okay, and
Vancouver.
Azul whiffed day two, so like, come on.
Yeah, he's never played Lugia again.
No,
No shot. He gave it
no.
one hurrah.
The kid also whiffed day two, so I doubt he's gonna want it.
Grant,
Uh,
Grant made day 2, right?
Grant and Getimer both made day two, yeah.
Playing Lugia.
Yeah, Grant didn't have a great day two, and neither did Getimer though. So, I doubt they're gonna run it back.
I don't. I don't.
I
Think
wanna know whose idea it was. I have a
me
feeling
too.
it was Grant. I have a feeling it was Grant.
Grant with the whole breaking up with Locksbox.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. With that being said, we will move on to a new topic. We are going to talk about. We have 2 things to talk about that Twitter is losing their shoes and socks over. The first thing would be prize checking, and then the second thing would be Cal Connor's sleeve issue.
All right.
So we can. Which one do you want to talk about first? I don't care either way.
I guess we can just start with the easier one. Calvin's thing.
Yeah. So
yeah. So Calvin Connor this weekend.
I'll actually pull that.
Pull up the tweet.
You can talk.
Calvin got disqualified this weekend in like one of the later rounds of day two for a sleeve issue with his quick balls specifically. And he showed pictures of the sleeves on Twitter, and they looked, honestly, to me, perfectly fine. They had like some excess plastic just from like being made on them, but no corners were dinged. Nothing was wrong. He had received no penalties prior to the DQ. It was just a straight disqualification. And it seems kind of unjustified.
I will pull it up. I will read this out for you guys.
You go right ahead.
Cal tweeted, "I was unsure that I would even have to say this, but I have personally been deck checked at almost every event I've gone to since returning and never had a sleeve issued to believe that I would randomly mark my sleeves that were not mine to begin with is ridiculous. 14 plus events, and this is the only event I have ever had an issue that I received 0 warnings. This event, 0 prize penalties, and 0 game losses before this sleeve incident, and it was escalated straight to a DQ. I have had time to reflect. I feel robbed and like I have had my event stolen from me for something many other players simply get to go get new sleeves and keep playing. At the end of the day, though, it was my fault. I should have switched sleeves going in between day 2 because I wore them out in day 1, and I should have never gave the judges or anyone else the opportunity to take advantage of me and stop my tournament run. There is more. The rest is just personal opinions. But that's kind of the gist of things. I want to see if he did post the sleeves.
He posted pictures of them, yeah.
Was it in the same thread?
No, it's a different thread. It was like one of the earlier ones. So I know for me personally, I change sometimes 3 times a tournament. Specific. It depends on what I use though. Dragon shields, I will change sleeves multiple times a tournament because I am paranoid of this happening.
Okay, here.
So yeah.
Okay.
They look perfectly fine.
So there's like blackening on the sides,
which is just going to happen. That's just
Yeah.
dragon shields though.
Yeah. The sleeves, honestly, overall look fine.
I think he should have changed them from day 1 to day 2, but like they don't look bad.
There's not like a color difference or anything either.
No,
like,
they're all dragon shield yellows.
There's
like,
literally nothing wrong with these sleeves.
Yeah,
like
he should have changed them.
He should have changed them. Literally, the only thing wrong with them, in my opinion, is the darkening on the sides that you guys can see right here.
That's just excess plastic, though.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna pull up this quick meme that I thought was absolutely hilarious. It says you just got robbed, and it says send this image to others to rob them, and it's a picture of Ian Robb in the middle of the desert.
Yep.
But yeah, so that was that. What do we think about this?
Unjustified. Especially for no prior warnings.
Yeah.
And he is right though. I mean, like I have had sleeve issues before, and I have just been told to go buy a new pack and change them in front of us, and you will walk away with no penalty.
Yeah.
That happened at Charlotte, or not Charlotte, at Knoxville.
Yeah.
So he can just get DQ'd for no reason because I assume because it's a later round.
Yeah. And I saw a lot of people, and this isn't me justifying anything or making any claims or anything like this, but there was a lot of people coming out saying that Northwest knew what they were doing because they quote unquote knew Cal's tricks or stuff like that, accusing Cal of cheating over something that blatantly wasn't his. I mean, it was his fault. He didn't change sleeves. Okay, I'm not gonna say I always change sleeves between day 1 and day 2.
Yep.
Because
same here.
I absolutely go ham on my cards. So, but
I'm shuffling as we speak.
You know? Something as simple as not changing your sleeves and having sleeves that have sort of indents or markings on them is something that is liable to happen. Like I have a deck of cards that like a sleeve deck that I played tonight, and I promise you that all the sleeves already have marks on them after a couple games of cards. And it's just the quality of the sleeves. There's no good sleeves.
Natural wear and tear is going to happen.
There aren't any very good sleeves overall that like are able to withstand that much Pokemon. And to not get a warning, to not get talked to about it, and to get straight to a DQ, that is completely uncalled for. That it is just a complete like disrespect to Cal, who paid money to go there, who traveled all the way to Vancouver. Like no matter what you think about him, there's no reason that he should have gotten DQ'd.
Correct.
Yeah.
But that's our take on it pretty much. Also, I didn't know about the Northwest like I don't want to say threat, but like what they said. I didn't know about that. Northwest is just like everyone hates Northwest. Okay, yeah, that's the topic on its own. Fuck Northwest, bro.
Northwest needs to be removed from allowed to be hosting any events. If
I haven't gone to a Northwest event yet, and I'm not going to.
I could host a better event in my apartment than Northwest could at a venue.
Northwest, if you're watching, fuck you.
Yeah.
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 Change your goddamn deck list submission from 8 p.m. the night before. You
Yeah.
are not special. You're
Yeah.
not special. In fact, you're worse than everyone else.
You are.
Um,
It's not that hard, bro. Day 2 makes a great example. Like,
yeah.
come on.
Day 2
Day
events are
2's
ran so
Day 2's
good.
perfect.
There is literally not a single thing to complain about Day 2 events. The only thing I've ever had a problem with is sometimes Day 2 events doesn't have like promos and stuff like that. But
they'll get them to you
yeah,
eventually.
they get them to you.
Yeah, like I got my Chloris in the mail like a month later.
I did get my Chorus in the mail.
Yeah.
I did. They did. Shout out Vince Kreckler. What a man. What an absolute man. Vince is the guy who runs Day 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't know people like that.
you know like Andrew Kreckler and like
Zach and all that.
yeah,
Or-
it's
yeah,
their dad. Their dad owns Day 2.
Bro, why are they all like just in the scene and like
Yeah,
goated?
they're all nuts. Yeah.
You got Alex and Zach who are just gods at the game, and then you have that too. Bro,
Their
that's
dad
insane.
that just runs the event.
That's, that's great.
Yeah, he's the guy that always wears those Hawaiian shirts. Like
Oh,
like,
okay. Now,
the
okay,
baseball
yeah.
jersey. Yeah, he always wears the same tan baseball jersey. Yeah,
Okay.
absolute legend of a man.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this and you have access to send this to Vince, send it to him. I love you, Vince. You're amazing. Now moving on to the next. Fuck you, Northwest. But now moving on to the next subject, which would be price checking. There was a huge debate on Twitter within the last within the last week about price checking and whether or not it's worth it, whether or not it's taking too much time overall.
Yep.
What is your opinion on price checking?
So, I do it, obviously.
I mean, I do it too.
And I do it the way that most people think takes the most time, which is moving the Pokemon to the front and the energy to the back. And while doing so, you are taking counts of trainers in the middle. And if I'm given that amount of time, and it's not a rule. There's no rule in the book saying
It's
that
an unspoken rule.
Yeah, there is no written rule saying you are given extra time for your first search to check prizes. And that's what the argument is, that it takes too much time. So, but if I'm given that time, my opponent's not saying hurry up, I'm going to take the time to do that, especially if I'm playing something like Lost Box, right?
Yeah.
All 6 prizes are supposed to be known for, or like want to be known for Lost Box especially. So I'm going to take the amount of time my opponent is giving me. And I don't. The main debate was, can we just agree to flip over prize cards when we start, and then shuffle them like heavy ball?
Yeah, I made a tweet about that, and people weren't too happy about it. I made a joke about it, but
I think sure. I think if they could do that, yeah.
I think that would be incredible. I think
yes.
One, I think that it would. Which okay, so coming from somebody who's played the game for a long time, there definitely needs to be a divide from players who are more skilled than there are lower tier players. I wouldn't say lower tier as in like you're a shit player, but I would say
calling you bad.
Yeah, I'm calling you terrible. But I'd say lower skilled players that are not as devoted or time consumed by the game. There definitely needs to be a skill cap or like a skill difference. But I think if your win condition is, oh, my opponent didn't check their prizes, right? It's not, I mean, there is a certain level of skill that I checked my prizes and you didn't. So I shit you not, I have seen people use heavy ball, right? Use heavy ball, look at their prizes, take a card out, not even take a glance at what the prize cards are, just shuffle them back. Like they just grab the Pokemon and don't even take a look at their prizes. And I'm like, that is such, like, it is your fault for not viewing the prizes when you are given the option. Right? I still think that, like you said, if my opponent, like if it was legal for my opponent to go, hey, do you want to look at our prizes before the match? I
do it every time.
I would do it every single time because one, it saves
it's a time
me time.
saver. It's a time saver.
It saves me time, right? And although, like, I might be losing like a small bit of advantage because my opponent didn't check their prizes. If my opponent asked me that question, they're checking their prizes either way. You know what I mean? So like, if my opponent asked me to check their, like, for both of us to check their prizes, they are going to look through their deck and check their prize cards, at least to enough efficiency to know what is important that is in there. Like, they may not be able to address all 6 in the prize cards, but they'll know the big things. So like overall, it won't matter at the end of
Well,
the day.
that was Mahone's main argument. He made a tweet longer about it as well, saying that just check for key cards in a matchup and only take the 15 seconds allowed. If you're not doing it that way, you're doing it incorrectly. Um, and I disagree of that you should know all six of your prizes, but I mean, if you're on a time constraint and you are limited to that 15 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Then sure. But yeah, I would love if we could just both flip over our prizes and check because if on average I'm probably taking like a minute and a half or something like that for my first deck search. Over the course of 3 games, if both opponents are doing that, that's 9 minutes, right?
I also think that part of the skill comes in with you have to realize that sometimes it's not even worth it to check your prizes. Like if you're going into game 3, right? And you are on a time crunch, you're worried about it. Sometimes you have to realize that it's more worth it to just skip over the prize check
Hmm.
to play. Like it's all about time. Like time is either your best friend or your enemy in this game. And you have to be able to use the time to your advantage without using it to your advantage in a lethal way. You have to know how to manage time correctly. And
Hmm.
so like there are certain times that I'll check my prizes game 1, check my prizes game 2, and then game 3 I'll look at my watch and be like, well, we have 15 minutes to play this game. I don't have time to take a minute and a half to search my deck for my prizes.
Correct.
I have time on my first deck search to look at what my opponent's playing, check what I need, make sure that it's there, take 15 seconds, shuffle my deck back. Um, so it's all about managing time correctly and optimally.
Hmm.
Um, but there are definitely certain I the way that it sits now, if it doesn't change, I will continue to check my prize cards the same way.
Same here.
Which is move the Pokemon to the front, move the energy to the back, especially if I'm playing Lost Box, right? As long as my opponent doesn't have a problem with it, I don't have a problem with it. I'm not gonna do like if my opponent's cool with me doing it, I'm cool with my opponent doing it. But like if something changes, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like it's like cool, welcome in a new way to make sure that time efficiency happens.
Hmm.
But um, overall, um, I think that the way it is now is fine. If they were to implement the flipping over the prize card thing, I would welcome that with open arms.
They could just give
Um,
us an extra 10 minutes on the timer. That'd be pretty sick.
that could I think an extra 10 minutes on the timer would help. Give us an extra
Yeah.
45 minutes on the timer.
Okay, well, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want like 50 minutes to determine if I play this quick ball or not. Like
yeah.
in theory.
Uh,
I want infinite time.
I actually want to go through and read every single one of my cards on my first deck search because like I just want to make sure
I don't
that
know
they
what they
do.
I don't know what they
Yeah,
do,
I don't
yeah.
know what they do. I want to make sure that they do what they say they're gonna do.
I bought the Urshifu League battle deck like right before this. I don't know what the cards do. I gotta read them.
um, yeah. So I, if you guys have any opinions on prize checking or anything like that, let us know. Tell us what you're thinking down
Mm.
below. Um, if you guys want any sort of like uh, new segments or anything, just be creative down below. Like we will accept any sort of creative criticism. But we do this every time. John hates it. He hasn't. He has always been chaotic. All right, we need it.
I haven't even thought of a card this time.
Well, you need to think of a card. It needs to be chaotic because that is what you do.
All mine have been like busted stadiums.
Yeah. Last week
Like
I guess
Thunder
last week,
Mountain.
I guess 2 weeks ago, you said Thunder Mountain.
Thunder Mountain, Broken Time Space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget what Nick said. I think Nick said something. Um,
I didn't watch the Nick episode, I'm not gonna lie, so I have no idea.
telling me you don't watch your own podcast.
I watched like the first 5 seconds because I wanted to see how much you would shit on me.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
no, I didn't shit on you at all.
yeah, just in the title, yeah.
Yeah, John has gone to the lost zone. I thought that was pretty funny. Um, but yeah, I if I had to bring any card back in the current format, actually, let's do this a little different. If with post rotation, right?
Correct.
Like not right now in the format we're in, Going
Yeah.
into the next format, what card would you want to see reprinted that could spice things up a little bit?
Max Elixir.
We already pretty much got a Max Elixir reprint
I know. I
for
want another one.
you want you want Maridon to just be the best deck
Yeah,
ever created.
I want. Yeah. I want.
You want Maridon to run 4 Maridons, 4 Max
Yeah.
Elixirs, 4 of the Turbo Energies, and like
Yeah.
32 fucking Electrics.
Yeah. Four lightning generators, 4 max elixirs, manual attach return. You generate like 12 energy a turn. Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
just lose to 1 Prizer decks, but everything else you
Yeah.
absolutely destroy.
Yeah.
You want Electro Power back. That's what you want.
I like lightning stuff. I like Pikarom. Pikarom is my baby. Oh yeah.
You want Pikarom back.
I do.
Um, I think that if we got a card back, I would want Hex Maniac.
Would that do anything right now?
I mean it would if okay. So if you go first is
It
Lost
would
Box.
shut off. Okay, going first. Okay, so you
So-
can't play supporter.
So if your opponent goes first is Lockbox, and then you go second.
I guess they get 1 turn of Lost Zone stuff.
Yeah, and then you just win.
You hex one.
Actually,
Hex
actually, you know what? I take it back. Hex is bad. I don't want Hex.
That's like throwing
I
a
want
wheezing for
I
half a
want
turn.
teammates back.
Yeah, okay, that's a card. Teammates
want
wins
teammates
whatever. Yeah.
Teammates could be very good next format.
Ace
and-
trainer.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would just make Lost Box better, but
But teammates, yeah.
yeah, I think it would just make Lost Box crack.
Oh, okay.
It would be a
Yeah.
4 of supporter.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Yeah, it would be like 4 Colress, like 3 teammates, and that's the only supporters they would run. Like, it's like, okay, Comfy died. Let me search my deck for any 2 cards. Thanks. Or
That'd
what
be
do-
cool.
yeah.
I don't think anything else would really.
Yeah. I mean, I think maybe Guardy would run it.
I mean, well, Guardy's mid as fuck.
I don't think Guardy's that bad. I
Mhm.
thought Guardy was bad, and then I read what Emergency Jelly does.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so you attach all your energies to Shining Arcana Gardevoir and put it to 120, and then you attach Emergency Jelly, and then you smack for like a shit ton of damage, and then you heal all the damage you just put back off on. And you're back up to full health.
Tiny Arcana has like 150 HP.
Yeah. But
It's
like,
gonna fucking die, dude.
yeah, and then you just no.
How are you getting that many stage 2s into play, bro? Okay,
You know what? You're just doing it.
All right, so there's no way you're doing that unless you're cheating.
You know what?
Um,
Let me see here. This is what I did with Nick. Me and Nick looked through all of the tournaments in Japan that was
Tina, yeah.
that was post road. Let's see. Standard Japan apply section. All right, Champions League. This is what we finally got all the deck lists. Okay, so second place was Gardevoir,
What was first place?
Lost Box.
All right, good. Just making sure.
Lost Box with Zamazenta, Snorlax, Raikou V, Drapion V.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah,
What?
sounds about right. Sounds about right. Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
But they were running 2 Beach Court.
That's
That-
not what I asked. Keep going down. Keep going down the list.
All right. Okay. Second is Guardy.
Yeah.
All right. Third is Lost Box.
Yep. Okay. Keep going.
Okay. Fourth is Mew.
Okay. Keep going.
Fifth is Lugia.
Okay.
Fifth out of a 3,140 person tournament. Fifth is Lugia.
Yeah. Single track Lugia. Sure.
Sixth is Lugia.
All right.
Seventh is Guardy. Eighth is Lost Box.
Okay. There's more Lost Box than Guardian top 8. Okay. Okay.
9 is Lugia. 11 is Lugia.
There's still Lugia. Damn,
Yeah,
that's
dude.
crazy.
They're all running Radiant Sarita.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Oh, this one ran
mean-
Radiant Jirachi.
The Radiant Zard.
No.
I guess there's no Aurora. Yeah.
They were fucking. This one
There's
ran
no
Radiant-
Aurora or
Radiant
Heatfire.
Serena.
Both Aurora and Heatfire rotate.
They're running Tyranitar Vs. Not,
Yeah, Cragalanche.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cragalanche kills Comfeys and mills 2 cards. Yeah. It does.
Craggle-Ash!
It does. It's good.
What is
Just mill
Mega?
two,
Is
mill two forest.
Megazona, is Mesagoza the stadium that says like flip a coin if heads?
What the fuck is a Mesogona?
Mesagoza is that the city in the middle of the map in Scarlet Violet.
I don't. I played through that game in like a day.
Okay, so it says flip a coin if heads, search your deck for a Pokemon. And it's a stadium.
Oh, that's good.
It's Pokeball, but for a stadium.
Every turn. That's
Yeah.
not terrible.
Yeah. But this version ran 4 capturing aromas.
And for the stadium.
2 of those,
Yeah.
2 Nest Ball, 4 Aroma, 4 Ultra Ball, 1 Judge, 1 Serena, 1 Research, 1 Research in Lugia.
2 Burnett, you said?
2 Burnett, yeah.
Yeah.
They were running Stonejourner as well.
Yeah. I mean, you don't need much turn 1. You just need a Lugia and then Burnett turn 2. Like, you just flip.
So what's weird is the Mew that got 4th ran 1 Meloetta, 4 Fusion Strike energies,
I would hope you're running 4 Fusion Energy, yeah.
and the only card that's different is they ran an Arvin.
Grabs a tool and an item, yeah. Sure.
Giratina
I mean,
Lost
that
Box.
grabs your belt or your seal stone, I guess.
So the only card that I think is really good is, you know what Cresselia from Lost Origins does?
Yeah, yeah.
Moonglow Reverse.
Hmm.
I think that card is really good.
Okay.
I think it's good. I think
you're just on Gardevoir Copia.
I just love Gardevoir. I mean, Gardevoir's like one of my favorites.
It's okay.
I'm not gonna play it. It's not my type of deck, but
it's okay. It's better than Miraidon.
Is Miraidon bad?
Miraidon's like okay.
Like the electric one?
Yeah. What other fucking Miraidon is
Well,
there?
I didn't know which one was Miraidon. My brain forgets which one's Kyuraidon and Miraidon and
Miraidon's the lightning one.
Okay. So why is that card bad?
2 prizer that dies the other 2 prizer and dies the fucking.
So it's basically just like
it just takes a bad lost box matchup.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's pretty much it.
So overall, Japan looks like it's the same thing as current standard, just without scoop up net.
No, the fuck?
Japan post rotation looks like the same thing, just without scoop up net, and
it has Craggle-Lance, bro. It has Craggle-Lance.
It says Craggle. I said without the amazing rares and without the scoop up nets, plus a purple bitch.
It's got Craggle-Lance. It's got Craggle-Lance.
What do you think about Lugia?
I might actually like Lugia post row. I'm not gonna lie. I like Craggle-Lance a lot. I don't know. It's a funny attack.
Yeah, I think it's pretty funny. It's 60.
I like Craggle-Lance.
Craggle-Lance is pretty funny.
It kills Comfies and just mills 2. That's your lost box matchup.
But doesn't the second attack mill 4 from your own deck?
Yeah, but you don't use the second attack.
You definitely do to one-shot things.
No, that's what other things are for. That's what Lugia. No.
Nothing else in your deck can one-shot anything.
Oh yeah, that's right. Powerful rotates. Yeah.
Yeah. It's you're using single strike crush, bud.
Okay. Does it play Oranguru?
Oranguru rotates.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we are rotating, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah. Oranguru loses is in Sword and Shield.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
This
I'm gonna
list
miss that
runs 4 single strike energy, 3 gift energy, 2 double turbo, 2 V guard, and 2 regenerative.
Lugia maxes out at 220 now. What the fuck? Okay.
That's bad.
That's yeah. Okay, so you just
you're just Craggle-Lancing, bud.
Craggle does it? It doesn't play anything else.
It runs 2 Tyranitar, 2 Stonejourner, a Radiant Jirachi, a Drapion.
Okay, the Jirachi's hilarious. Yeah, okay.
You just I think that card is stupid. I don't think that it deserves a spot in this deck, but
I mean, fun.
So Pardon me. Um, Overall, I think that I'm excited for rotation, but I'm also chilling with what we're at now.
Yeah,
I hate Lugia.
I
John
don't.
doesn't hate Lugia.
I
Uh,
don't, but I won't play it.
but I do think Cragalanche Lugia is a lot more appeasing to my eyes
It's
than
very
um
funny.
than watching my opponent attack with Lugia. And so overall, I think this episode has gone on long enough with the low topics that we've had to talk about.
Hmm.
So I appreciate everyone for stopping by. Next week, I'm going to work my ass off to get a guest on here, so we have a good episode in store for you guys. Um, but we really do. I just want to preface this a lot. We really do appreciate everything that you guys are doing, from the V Star markers to reaching out to us to engaging with the community and talking. And
Hmm.
like I experienced a lot of love at Knoxville regionals this past week, a
Hmm.
lot more than I ever expected to experience for something of this stature. So I really do appreciate you guys, and I think John does too.
I don't
Um,
say it, but yeah.
yes. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this episode, on Spotify, rate us however you feel like rating us. And on YouTube, leave us a like and a subscribe, as well as any comments or anything you guys want to talk about down in the description. We will reply. I hope you guys have a good day, and we'll see you next Thursday. I promise. I promise we will upload next Thursday. We will not miss it. See you guys.
Later.